the Supreme Court today granted bail on the Tamil Nadu YouTuber D. Sattai in connection with the alleged derogatory remarks against Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. The court has told the Tamil Nadu Council that if before elections the court begins putting behind bars everyone who makes allegations on YouTube, then imagine how many will be jailed. The bench further queried the Tamil Nadu Council as to who will decide what is scandalous. The bench has urged the State's Council to look at the bigger picture. This is some big breaking news that we're learning of at this point in time. Strong observations that have been made by the top court today while granting bail to a Tamil Nadu YouTuber. The court has asked the Tamil Nadu Council that if those who are making allegations on YouTube are going to be put behind bars, then it must imagine how many people are going to be jailed. And this is coming right before the elections at this point in time. My colleague Sunil Prabhu also joins us on the broadcast here. Sunil, some strong observations made by the court.
That's right. This court making it very, very clear that they are going to give bail. And that's going to be the norm, because if everybody starts criticizing on the social media, then everybody will be in jail. Having said that, Mr. Mukul Rohatgi had, very, very categorically stated at this stage that this is a pending FIR that has carried on from 22 to 23. There were certain requests against these derogatory remarks to put conditions, but the bench of the Supreme Court are not inclined towards giving any kind of restrictions. So this is a telling impact to all politicians, those in power, not in power, who become ultra sensitive in terms of criticism, especially in the social media, that you can't just start putting people in jail. And it's a clear sign that you need to have, if you're in politics, a thick skin to hear these points of view if somebody does criticize, a politician or their policies in the social media.
Significant coming in light of the fact that elections are drawing closer. The 2024 Lok Sabha elections are going to take place in some time from now. And these observations that have been made by the top court of India today are extremely important in that regard.
That's right. As I said, these are far-reaching consequences for all those in power. There has been a tendency, especially amongst politicians who are in the helm of affairs, to use and restrict and cancel and put cases against those who are criticizing them, to stop their coverage through the various ministries, to ensure that they are blocked. So it's in this context that here a YouTuber who had made derogatory remarks against the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, has got relief. But as the bench pointed out, and it's an oral observation, that we can't put everybody behind bars who are criticizing. So it's a clear indication of how things will have to play out.
Absolutely. All right. I'm also being joined by Supreme Court Advocate Ms. Khushbu Jain on the broadcast. Ms. Khushbu Jain, how do we see these observations that have been made by the top court today? The top court saying that if we start putting everybody behind bars, if somebody makes an allegation or makes a remark on YouTube, then the state must also must imagine how many people are going to be jailed. And it also has queried the Tamil Nadu government as to who decides what is scandalous. This is quite important, quite significant, observations that have been made by the court.
Absolutely, because one has to see, there's a thin line that one has to understand, that misusing of liberty, what do you mean by misusing? And if somebody is expressing their views or protesting against some specific party on something, that cannot be absolutely come under the category that this is a misuse of his liberty. So that there's a liberty which has been granted to all of us, and if somebody does that, it has to pass that test, whether it is scandalous or whether it has come to a situation where it creates a law and order situation that the person should be put behind the bar, or it should have situations where national security comes at the stake, or it comes under the sedation. So if it doesn't come into that part, if somebody is making any remark, not every remark comes under the category of being derogatory remark. And not every remark that comes in will be fit under that category that it's not expressing their own views or protesting against something, putting it on their own personal views on something. So that test has to be passed. And apart from all these things, if you'll see, the court has also said that his bail is granted on condition. It's a conditional bail on the aspect that he will not go on speaking against, or he will not misuse the liberty which is granted to him. If in case he misuses that liberty, that's where his bail can always be cancelled, and the state can apply for cancellation of his bail on that specific
Yes, but
ground.
that also, of course, remains to be seen to what extent that can be seen. In the sense, the court has said that who is going to decide what is scandalous and, misusing of liberty. That's a very important point that you've made there, as to who decides whether a person's liberty, somebody's liberty is being misused or not. That also, of course, has to be put into that context. And this is quite important coming from the court as this point in time. Well, Ms. Khushbu, do you also think that these observations while granting bail to the Tamil Nadu YouTuber that the court has made would set a precedent also?
See, if you see, he already had a bail. The matter is not just a new, fresh matter. It's an old matter. He was already on the bail. After making a remark against the CM is where they went on cancelling of his bail. And that's where the bail was cancelled. And they said that the bail can continue provided conditional bail. You will also look into that the court has also made an observation that something which can create a law and order situation, or which appears to be something which can hurt the nation at this critical moment, one can always ask this platform to take down that content, so that impact goes down. Till the time the matters can go on and the person can be on the bail outside, and the matter can be decided whether they come under the derogatory remark or it doesn't come under the category of this or not. In that scenario, one can always issue notices to these platforms, and platforms have to comply with the policy of India, and so on and so forth. It can continue with that part.
Absolutely right. All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Khushbu Jain, for putting all this into context, and thank you so much for all those inputs there. I'm also being joined by my colleague Sam here on the broadcast, getting us more on that. Sam, well, we do understand the remarks that were made by the YouTuber were against Chief Minister Stalin. Any reactions now that are coming in from the DMK or the AIDMK as well on this?
Well, at the moment, no formal reaction either from the ruling DMK or the AIDMK, but certainly many would call this as a shot in the arm for all those who believe in free speech and right to express their opinions. And in that sense, many would welcome it. Sattai Duraimurugan is a member of the Nam Tamilar Katchi, a smaller fledgling party in Tamil Nadu which contests alone and is incrementally increasing its vote share every time. But he runs a YouTube channel in which he had made what the ruling DMK called as derogatory remarks against the Chief Minister. He was arrested, and then the court had given him conditional bail, saying that he should not repeat this one. And then the allegation was that he had continued to indulge in such derogatory remarks against the Chief Minister. And it's in this larger context that the Supreme Court has restored the bail to Sattai Duraimurugan, saying that if everyone who makes allegations on YouTube is arrested, how many will be jailed before elections? And we wait for a formal response from the ruling DMK and possibly from this Sattai Duraimurugan as well, or his party. But at the moment, many would welcome this, saying that in a free democracy, people should have right to express their opinion, no matter how inconvenient or how much it could make those in power feel uncomfortable.